Every week I slide in, break it down just right. Talking boats with the passion that I bring to the mic. From the big time plays to the moments we grind. You know I'm keeping it honest, that real talk every time. I've been watching this team since way back then, and now I'm riding with my people through the losses and wins. When you pull up to the show, you know what you gon' get. 4630 in the building, Chargers fan represent.
Chargers talk 4630, yeah, we break it down clean. Real fans, real talk, everything in between. From the field to the fans, every moment we see. Turn it up, tune in, it's the place to be.
Chargers talk, Chargers talk, Chargers talk, Chargers talk, Chargers talk.
Yeah, let's ride.
Chargers talk, Chargers talk.
Check out Stacy on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. And also don't forget about BoCap immediately following each Chargers game.
This episode of Chargers Talk 4630 is brought to you by Zevo Life, the exclusive patented superfood changing the way people fuel their bodies. Now listen, if you're looking for a game-changing way to improve your health, Zevo Life is the world's most nutrient-dense whole plant. We're talking over 50% plant protein, essential amino acids, fiber, and powerful antioxidants, all in one natural source. Just 1 teaspoon a day supports your gut, boosts your energy, and promotes healthier skin and hair. And the best part, people everywhere are giving it a 5-star review because it works. So if you're ready to feel the difference, head over to Zevo.life and start your journey with their 30-day risk-free guarantee. And because you're a loyal listener of this podcast, you get an exclusive 30% discount. Just use my code ChargeTalk4630 at checkout. That's without the R. That's ChargeTalk4630. Take control of your health today with Zevo Life. Your body will thank you. Good morning, this is Stacy, and welcome to Chargers Talk 4630. Thank you all for tuning in right here on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe to make sure you get the latest content whenever we go live or post anything. Now, how you guys doing, man? Happy holidays to you and your family, and I hope everyone is safe and well. This has really been a busy week for me. I had a ton of things to do and didn't have any time to sit down and do a podcast about the game that was played on Sunday. I had to put my truck in the shop and get some repairs done. I spent almost $3,000 getting things done that I've been neglecting for a while, just with my truck alone. So yeah, I've been busy this week. I haven't had a chance to sit down and do a podcast with all the stuff that's been going on, but such is life, right? So I appreciate everybody for rocking with me and checking out the shorts I've been posting until I was ready to jump on again. But let me touch on a little bit about that Dallas and Chargers game real quick, if you don't mind. It started out in that first half like it was going to be a shootout, right? They was trading blow for blow, but in the second half, the Chargers pitched a shutout. Dallas didn't score a single point after halftime. Dak Prescott was getting hit. He was getting hit a lot, especially in the second half. Not too much the first half. He fumbled once, and eventually they had to take him out the game. That Chargers defense, man, just absolutely just took over. We've seen all year that Dallas could score with anybody. Their weakness has been on the defensive side of the ball, and the Chargers took advantage of that, as they should have. Justin Herbert, again, was throwing missiles all over the field. And how about Quentin Johnston? Quentin Johnston had a huge game. He was back in his old stomping grounds when he played with TCU, and that big one-handed catch early on was very impressive in the corner. He's turning out to be a really good, productive receiver, and that's big for this offense. And then the type of game we've been waiting for quite a while from the Denver Broncos, right? I think they had won like 11 straight games, and we were wondering, like, damn, is they ever going to lose another game? But the Jaguars, who've been playing some really good football this year, went into Mile High and blew out the Broncos, which wasn't easy to do, especially with that tough defense they have. Thankful for the Chargers, Bo Nix had another tough game, and the inconsistencies continued, right? Coming off a big 4-touchdown performance last week. So with that loss to the Jaguars, the Chargers now close the gap to just one game. And because of how everything played out, the Chargers control their own destiny. If they win their final 2 games, they will be the AFC West champions. Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second, man. Considering where this team was early in the year and all the injuries they had to deal with, this makes that victory over the Cowboys that much bigger, right? To go into Dallas and shut out the number 4 offense in the league in the second half, that tells you exactly who this football team is. That's identity, and that's toughness. Now, I want to talk about that Denzel Perryman situation. As we all know now, Denzel Perryman gets suspended for 2 games for that hit that was said to be on a defensive receiver. Now, we all know this is a bunch of bullshit. He's appealing it as he should. I mentioned it briefly on a short video yesterday that I did for the podcast. And man, the responses was wild after that. Hundreds and hundreds of people commented. A lot of people were super emotional about it. I was very disappointed in the league's decision to suspend him for 2 weeks. There's one guy in particular that I want to address. He stated that he didn't see how I understood why Denzel got the penalty. I was conversing with him for a while. Then he went on a rant saying that the league is soft and weak and rigging games, and then somehow took it all the way into politics and the LGBTQ stuff. And that's where he lost me, right? There was no need for me to converse with him after that. And I just want to be very, very clear about something. This podcast is not about politics. I stay away from all that stuff. This is just about football, period. Now, do I agree with the suspension? Hell no, I don't. In my opinion, Denzel Perryman should not have been suspended for 2 games. I saw the play. I understand the flag. I understand the penalty. I even understand the fine. What I don't understand is 2 games, especially with 2 big games coming up where you need him. He's one of the Chargers' best run stuffers. So, yeah, I get why people are upset. I'm upset about the decision, too. I know the value Denzel brings to this team, and I hope the appeal knocks at least 1 game off, right? But what I'm not going to do is let my emotions take me way left. I get emotional within the structure of what's going on in the game, but I'm not walking around mad all week, throwing out wild comments, going into rages online. I'm not doing it. Wrong guy, wrong podcast. There's a lot of podcasts out there that cater to these type of conversations, but mine, I don't do it. We hear enough of that stuff everywhere else. When you take it there, you start having emotional outbursts, arguing and insulting each other. And now the peace is gone and the division has a place to live now. I don't want that here. I want to keep the peace and I want to keep the fun going and have this to be a place where you could come to and converse about things concerning football. We educate each other and have a good time doing it. The Chargers have lost a lot of impactful players this season, big-time contributors. Perriman already missed 4 games with a hamstring issue early in the year. And guess what? The Chargers survived. And they'll survive this too. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You accept it, you move on, and you do what you got to do. The subscribers that have been here with me already know that. If you're new here, this is how we do ours. We all have too many other things to concern ourselves with just in our daily lives, right? So here we pull for each other in life. We educate and learn from each other. And most of all, we have fun and enjoy the journey with our team. So if you're looking for a podcast that wants to go off the rails into politics and culture wars and all that stuff, this ain't it. There are plenty of podcasts out there for that. This one is about football, love, family, and the Chargers. That's it. Now, getting back to football after all that, last night's game was very tough for me. I'm sitting there watching the 49ers and the Colts, and I'm torn because the Chargers need the Colts to lose to officially punch their playoff ticket. And I'll be honest, rooting against the Colts was not easy for me because of Phillip Rivers. That's one of my favorite all-time Chargers, and I'm always root for him. But business is business. The Chargers needed it. The 49ers got it done. And the situation played out the way it needed to. Wasn't comfortable, but it worked out. I love certain players and support them when they leave, but I'm all team Chargers first over anything else. And now we move forward. Now they got a big-time game coming up this Saturday. They home against the Texans 2 days after Christmas, and you know that's going to be a dogfight. You know how the Texans are coming, and the Texans know how we coming. So if the Chargers take care of their business Saturday and then head into Denver in the final week with the division potentially on the line, that's exactly where the Chargers want it to be. And when I look at this Chargers team, what jumps out is how resilient they are. We talked all season about the hits Justin. He's been sacked more than any quarterback in the league. And in that Dallas game, he wasn't sacked one time. So I want to give the offensive line a little bit of credit. It was a clean game in all phases. No interceptions, no turnovers, no pressures. And Justin Herbert was very efficient as always. Even with the broken bone in his left hand, Herbert threw for 300 yards, added 42 more on the ground, and he embodies everything Jim Harbaugh wants in a quarterback. The toughness, the leadership, the consistency, it's all there week in and week out. This offense finally has team speed. They could run the ball. They got a quarterback who could push it downfield, and a defense that's fast, that's nasty. They just better as the season comes to a close. They made adjustments at halftime and completely shut down the Dallas Cowboys. So this was another strong road performance. The Chargers are arguably playing their best football of the season right now, and they're doing it at exactly the right time. When you got a quarterback like Justin Herbert, and a head coach like Jim Harbaugh, you're never out of a fight. This team believes, they're built for this moment, and the next 2 weeks are going to tell us everything, right? The road is right there. Texans up next, Denver waiting, and the division possibly on the line. This team is taking every punch this season. Adversity, injuries, doubts, everything, right? Still standing. So buckle up. It's about to be one of the hardest hitting games we've seen in quite a while. I'm Stacy, and this is Chargers Talk 4630. Thank you for tuning in and checking us out right here on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let's get ready for that big showdown in SoFi against the Houston Texans. And if the Chargers win that game, which I expect them to, you know the Chargers is going to win that division. I can't wait. I'll talk to you soon. Be good, be kind, and bolt up.
All love, all football, yeah, we keep it smooth. Chargers talk.